In my English class today, I had to write a paper, and I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there because I want to know you know, what people think of it. Did I sound like I made any damn sense when I wrote it? And we had to choose a word, any word in the dictionary, and basically expand it to 750 words. So let's see what happens. The word that I chose was revenge. And so fittingly, I titled my essay "Revenge: Vigilante Justice." Social psychologist Ian McKee once wrote that people who are more vengeful tend to be those who are motivated by power, by authority, and by the desire for status. They don't want to lose face. In an effort to better understand the true meaning of the word revenge, I will further explain the usages of the word, the history of the word, as well as the causes and results of these usages. As with many words in the English language, revenge is a borrowed word from another language. In its modern form, it originates from the French words revenger or revanche. Further back in history, the word originates from the Latin word vindicare, which means to lay claim or to avenge or to exact punishment upon. Revenge is a word that was intended to further explain blood feuds, vendettas, defense of honor, and the feeling of satisfaction induced by such acts. Revenge should not be confused with justice, which is the legal exercise of authority to assign vindication in relation to the responsibility for a harmful act. Legal justice suggests that administration of a just punishment for an immoral or criminal act. For example, the concept of Hammurabi, an eye for an eye or a tooth for a tooth, as with many legal systems. Revenge, however, seems to stress the idea of retaliation. Furthermore, it also implies real hatred as its motivation. History will illustrate this in many ways. During the Middle Ages, most would not consider an insult, injury, or other act of harm as settled until the act was avenged or at least paid for, which brought light to the Anglo-Saxon system known as virgild, literally meaning man price. These were payments which applied a certain monetary value on certain acts of violence or lawbreaking in an effort to quell or limit the spiral-like cycle of revenge by systematically arranging or codifying the responsibility of a wrongdoing or malefactor. In Japanese culture and history, the samurai in particular upheld the honor of their family, clan, or lord through the practice of revenge killings, culturally known as katakeuchi, literally meaning revenge acts. In some cases, these killings not only involved the offender, but could also involve their relatives or anyone who associated or sympathized with the offender. Nowadays, excuse my pronunciation, I'm not Japanese. Katakeuchi is more often than not pursued in more peaceful ways, but revenge and the upholding of one's honor remains an important part of Japanese culture. Many doctrines of Christianity say that revenge is not yours but is the Lord's, meaning that one should not take matters into their own hands but should put it into God's hands. The legal systems make an effort to exact proper punishment to allow justice to be served. An example, a fine for a speeding ticket, or jail time for theft, or more extreme actions such as death penalty for murder. Revenge is not forgiveness, sympathy, or pardoning, as if one forgave or pardoned, revenge would not be needed. In no way should revenge be considered justice, as at times, revenge can be worse than the original crime, causing a damaged and debilitating cycle to begin. Revenge is fueled by many emotions and feelings such as passion, anger, hurt, and a desire to make another feel the same pain they made you feel. Revenge is exacted upon those who betray us or wrong us in any way. Revenge has been the source of inspiration for many movies, plays, songs, and works of literature, and in this sense, the vindictive feelings were channeled into a creative medium. Revenge is a simple word of just 6 letters marked with hatred and ill will. Revenge is just a stopping point in the vicious cycle of provocation, vendettas, revenge, and satisfaction. Many kingdoms have risen and fallen, many lives have been lost, and much blood has been shed at the hands of revenge. In its simple form, revenge is the desire to return injury for an injury caused unto you. On that note, I shall leave you with the words of Francis Bacon, an English philosopher, and his views on revenge. In taking revenge, a man is but even with his enemy, but in passing it over, he is superior.